How's it going, guys? Back with another Mustang video. Today we're going to be stripping this front bumper and repainting it. Right now, I don't know if you could tell, it's plasti dip from the previous owner, and it just looks a little tacky in my opinion. So it's got a couple little push pins up here on the top, and then on each side there's two brackets. There's one on this side, one on the other, and it has two 11 millimeters. So you got to undo those, and then underneath there's a couple little fasteners. So let me get to that and I'll get back with you. And this is what it looks like with the bumper off. So let's go get that license plate off and get to stripping this. I'll be right back. All right, got the bumper all set up here in the backyard. You can see how bad it was. That's all plasti dip. Ran. Must have did it in the winter or cold or something. But yeah, as you can see, I started stripping away on this piece of the bumper. Also, if you decide, if you get a good little piece going, you can start just stripping it away. It's usually how plasti dip works. Just get it going, just work your way down. It'll just come right off. What I've noticed, the easiest way is to use a sander and just get to sanding, and it comes off real quick. Gets it down to that smooth finish, and it'll be easier to paint it that way. So I'm going to continue that and I'll be right back. Alright, got most of the plasti dip all stripped off, about 85% of it. Certain areas I couldn't really get in with the sander, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, now I gotta go wash it with some soap, and I'll be right back. First, we're gonna hit it with some water. And then we'll wash it up with some soap. Be right back. And what I have here is some Dawn dish soap and some car wash mix. And then what you're gonna do is just soap it down. Basically like you're washing the car. All right, I'll be right back. Just like that. All right, I'm gonna rinse it off and let it dry. All right, got the bumper all set up, and what I like to use is 70% alcohol. You can use 65, 85, 95, whatever you'd like. It's just what I have. Put it in a spray bottle, spray it on the bumper. And then you just wipe it down with the towel. Gets all the contaminants off. And then after, you'll be able to start painting. All right, I'll be right back. All right, time to get painting the bumper. What I'm gonna be using today is this Rust-Oleum 2X. It's a paint and primer. It's a gloss black, so hopefully it'll match the car as much as it can. So yeah, let's get started on that. All right, this is the first coat. You want to do a light coat first, more like a mist, and then let it dry for 10 minutes, and then hit it with the second coat. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so it's been drying for about 4 hours. This is the second coat. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a texture to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wet sand it down with 1000 grit, and I'll be right back. All right, this is 4 coats of gloss black. Didn't quite come out as how I wanted it to, but better than the plasti dip in my opinion. Had a couple runs, but I'm gonna hit it with some clear coat and I'll be right back. All right, time to hit the bumper with this 2X clear coat. Let's see how it turns out. All right, that's 3 coats of clear coat. Didn't come out 100%, but better than the plasti dip in my opinion. Now I just gotta let it dry. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.